What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm sorry for the glare right here in this top corner because all the lamps in my garage is currently on because obviously it is dark outside. I will say that this video is just a filler video. It's nothing topic specific like installing the differential into the 88 silver sedan that I've mentioned now in the last couple of videos. I actually haven't gone to buy material to do so. I've just been here in the garage for the last 6 or 7 days just cleaning out my toolbox and the garage itself. I have not been wrenching on the driveway. I have not been filming at all. I'm just trying to get caught up with my stuff before we continue over there. I'm hoping within the next day or so, I'm gonna finish the cleaning of my toolbox, which I only have one drawer left, and also a little bit on the back end over here so I can make this walkthrough video of the new layout of the garage and also share with you guys what's all in my toolbox to build these cars here on the driveway. And you guys are gonna be surprised. There's nothing fancy in here at all. In this video, I'm going to talk about some of the changes with some of the plans I've shared with you guys. It's nothing bad, it's nothing crazy. I still think you guys are going to enjoy it, but I think this might be the move. I know I've shared a lot of stuff with you guys to expect here on the channel that didn't actually happen, which is not my fault, by the way. But anyways, definitely set in stone with some of the things I'm about to tell you guys, okay? So first and foremost, it is trash day tomorrow. So I kind of want to go through some of the boxes right there on the engine, and while I'm cleaning everything, I want to go through it because I want to throw the boxes in the recycling bin and stuff like that. So first and foremost, this box has been sitting here for a couple of weeks now. I have not gone through it. I know what it is, and I kind of want to show you guys because, again, I want to toss the box. So let's go ahead and open this package up. This package right here came from Nicholas Stamper from Nathan Tech. I ordered this a couple of weeks ago because if you guys haven't seen the video where I unboxed a package from the homie Nomis Industries, we are going Fueltech with the EF sedan in 2026. If you guys don't know Nathan Tech, he 3D prints a lot of things for the EF chassis and others as well too. And because we're going Fueltech, I didn't want to just leave my stock cluster in place. So I bought one of his bezel. And this is sick because he offered different variants of this bezel. And I bought a bezel from him to mount the Fueltech, the Nano, and a 52 or 53 millimeter gauge. So check it out. Fueltech goes there, the Nano goes there, and whatever gauge I prefer to use is going to be sitting right here. And because my blue all-wheel drive car already has an oil pressure gauge, it's probably going to sit right there. So I'm going to go grab my Fueltech real quick and show you guys the overall look because this is going to be pretty sick. Ooh, this thing is a beauty. Look at this. Fueltech. Let's go. Already, it literally sits perfectly in here. Now I gotta hold it because I don't have the screws in the backside, but check it out. Fueltech 550 in the Nathan bezel, and I am gonna get the Nano as well too from the homie Nomis because he is an authorized dealer for Fueltech. So if you guys need any Fueltech stuff, man, hit up the homie in the description below. I gotta put this Fueltech away before my butterfinger hands come into play and I go fumbling this thing. So let's go ahead and put this thing away. Probably gonna put this into a smaller box because this box right here is freaking huge. The last time you guys saw this car, it was parked backwards on the driveway, and the reason why it's nosed in now is because it's been raining the last couple of days and I found a puddle of water inside the car under the dashboard. So I didn't want water to continuously go in. That means I'm gonna have to take this apart to figure out, you know, what's open that's letting water through and filling up the inside of the car because I don't want a Lapanda V2. So anyways, fuel cell all done, all plumbed. The last thing I showed you guys was mounting it up and then plumbing the feed and return, both -6, and then wiring up the relay to the Walbro 450 that's in tank, right? And then I went off camera to do the fill neck. So this is the factory tube and the overflow tube. I modified it, cut, welded, aimed in the direction that I needed to, and then I used the factory hose, which is fuel rated, and attached the tube to the fuel cell with this neck that I modified and welded onto the tank itself. So this thing fills the fuel cell from the factory gas cap, and when it overflows to the top before it clicks, this is the overflow that goes back into the tank. It is a little tall, but it is lower than the tube that's over there. So this works flawlessly. And then I have a breather tube right here, so that way it's ventilated underneath the car instead of, you know, dumping fuel inside the car and smelling like gas. So I didn't run a rollover valve because I didn't have one at the time. I still want to put one on here and my blue all-wheel drive car, but I did loop twice -10 hose, and then it goes straight through the floorboard, straight underneath the car, and this car does not smell like gas. It does turn on, run, and drive, and this thing is ready to go for the dyno when time comes. Another thing I did off camera here is you guys see a little cat house on my workbench. This cat house used to belong to my cat Meow Meow of 14 years. He passed away last October. This was for him and his baby mama because Meow Meow was actually an inside cat, and then he discovered the outdoor and got a stray cat pregnant, which I've been feeding him, his 2 kids, his baby mama for the last 10 years. So he's an inside outside cat, and I left that little house for him, for her, so they can stay outside when he's outside. But you know, since they both now passed away, I repurposed that cat house for his kid that stays in the backyard. Even though he has his own cat bed, I want him to have like a full hard house shelter, if that makes sense, right? Little dude, I've been calling him VTech. He kind of responds. Sometimes he just doesn't. He brushes it off, but he has not been sleeping here. And the reason why I say that is because I fixed his bed with his toys and everything, and it's been like that for 2 days. Reason for that is because he discovered the inside of the house, grew a pair of bigger balls, and finally went inside the house and met Tinkerbell inside. And they've been fussing with each other for the last 2 or 3 days now, but I think they've kind of come to terms with each other. They're not hissing and fighting no more, but now he stays on the couch inside the house. So you guys probably noticed that his little play stuff that I did here is now all removed. And I don't think I'm gonna make anything else for him here in the garage, because he's literally exploring the inside and outside, and sometimes he's here when I'm here, but he doesn't stay in here anymore. He's growing up so fast. This GoPro definitely has that scratch in the lens, because what I'm looking at right now is kind of blurry. I'm gonna have to switch this GoPro with my in-car Hero 9 just to have better quality for recording here in the garage. But anyways, it's been a couple of hours since the last clip between the cat house and the fuel cell. It is currently 10:34, and I've just been doing more cleaning in the garage, and it is starting to clear up. So I was working on the last drawer in the toolbox and the table right here. A lot of junk and stuff I was just tossing. Here's a trash, all trash. But I was working on the last bin, and I was getting pissed off because if you guys look, this one doesn't close all the way because there's stuff that is kind of like stuck in the back, and I can't close the drawer all the way. But anyways, just to give you guys a quick little glimpse, I am going to make a video of kind of going through my entire toolbox. Everything is organized. All the necessities for my toolbox is in here, and all the spare stuff, we found a new home for them. But anyways, I can't wait to go through all this with you guys. But I want to fill you guys in on some of the changes I've been kind of, you know, talking about here in this video. But you guys remember I was talking about doing a Mini-Me VTech using a D15B7 block with a D16 Z6 head. Now I want to give a big thank you to you guys who left a comment in that video when I first talked about the Mini-Me VTech, about which rod am I supposed to use in the D15B7 block and crank with a Z6 head. And there was a bunch of mixed reviews and stuff, and I'm sure Speed Factory can answer, you know, my question. But I think what I'm going to do with this single cam that's sitting right here, you guys remember we mocked up this turbo kit for the homie Pez, and this engine came out of an EG a couple of years ago. Apparently it had a rebuilt head, which you guys can kind of tell, but the bottom end is not holding compression. Like, it's definitely lower than 100 psi, and I was going to use this block for the Vitara setup. I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to shoot for a full D16 Z6 Vitara setup. And what I'm going to do with this D15B block, I'm going to, like, I guess get my foot wet with rebuilding a single cam in general. So a couple of years ago, one of you guys, I don't know if you still watch the channel, but when I used to work at Tesla, one of you guys pulled up to the pad out of nowhere and dropped off a bunch of stuff to my brother. And I want to show you guys really quickly. This box right here was dropped off by one of you guys and your girlfriend, actually. But you guys came through and dropped off this box right here that has a bunch of single cam rebuilt parts. So inside here we have brand new Japan quality piston ring set. We have brand new head bolts right here, right? And then we have brand new standard king bearings for the D16, D15, or actually D15. And underneath here we have thrust washers. So what I'm going to do with the D15 B7 bottom end with that rebuilt head, I'm going to rebuild this short block to OE specification. Now I am going to do my homework and figure out all the torque specification and everything. I do have a book on the rebuild like specification and stuff, and I'm going to do what Hunter is doing with his Y8, a slap it together build. I want to get myself familiarized with the single cam before I dive into rebuilding a D16 Z6 bottom end for boost with the Vitara setup. And I'm probably going to go with either SF or scat rods to go with the you know, Vitara setup. But as far as this block goes, I'm going to do an OE rebuild block, and then I'll have a completely rebuilt D15 B7 long block for, you know, a car that needs a single cam, or I buy a shell that needs an engine, or whatever the case may be, right? So that's the plan for that. I mounted my shifter box to my table because I was kind of like, you know, moving it around. I dropped it like 2 times already, so I mounted it to the table just to, you know, leave it there for right now because I don't know where I want to stuff it. But anyways, I don't know if I mentioned this to you guys, but IFO Las Vegas is in December. Me and the homies had a great time at H-Day for most of Bakersfield, and we got to talking about attending IFO to end the year with a bang with the Red Zone crew. We're 95% sure that we're locked in, and I only say 95% is because I want to make sure that CJ's locked in with a trailer, because my car is going to be on the trailer with his being hauled to Vegas. So once we're secure with that, then we're 100% sure we're attending IFO. If we're not locked in, you know, my car's a street car. I'm going to have to drive it 10 hours to Vegas, but we're going to be attending IFO Vegas in December. I hope to see a bunch of you guys out there. And I also just found out today that there's another event happening here locally. It's about an hour and a half from me. Mid-November, there's an event hosted at Kingdom Drags in Lodi, and a lot of my friends are going to be out there. I didn't know about this until today, and I think we're going to be taking the blue all-wheel drive car there. I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to race it, but if I decide I want to race it because it's all-day grudge racing, I'm going to bring the car with me just in case I want to race. I can race the car. Otherwise, I'm just there to help my friends out and just kind of get more seat time and dial in their cars. But November, we might attend Lodi, Kingdom Drags, and then Las Vegas in December. Now, I bring up Las Vegas because the changes that I decided to alter is going to follow after IFO Las Vegas. So if you guys remember the Pandora Barbecue / Nomis Industries shop tour, we've shown you guys this EK hatch that's kind of been so abandoned in the corner of the shop, and it needs a lot of loving. I told you guys that I was going to bring it in maybe sometime the end of this year to start the build process and revival of that chassis. But we got to talking, me and the homie, and I told him, I was like, this is like a long-term build, and I think I want to keep it for a like 2026 build with the EK hatch, and kind of revert it back to some of the convos that we had earlier this year about some of his other cars. So after Vegas, we're going to be bringing in one of his other cars, and this car is actually like more complete as far as interior, suspension and all. It just doesn't have an engine, and it was K-swap before, and we're going to bring this one back to life first because it's a quicker job than the EK hatch, and we're going to be planting a fully built D16 turbo into it. I know you guys been waiting for some single cam content, and I've been I'm not slacking on my part. I don't care for when I do the single cam stuff. I know I want to touch waters with it, but like Nomis's EJ1, we're going to be doing a D16 turbo setup, reviving that car to have it like up and running again. And you know, I think we're going to be bringing that car in first before the EK. So that's, you know, one of the changes. Now, this is the biggest one. This is like the reason why this whole entire video is even happening right now, other than showing the Tech Fueltech bezel. But after racing H-Day and even Race Wars Bakersfield, I wouldn't say inspired. I guess you could say inspired, but my blue all-wheel drive, you know, obviously I run the 1150 index for the last year now, but the cars, I'm hoping to only go faster with it, right? Comes cage, come Fueltech, built motor, built all that stuff. And it's not going to be an 11.5 car anymore. And because 11.5 is such a competitive class and it's always filled, 2026, after the white CRX goes, the H2B car, in 2026, I want to build, you know, it's funny. I seen this comment like a few days ago, like 2 videos ago. Static, when are you going to build another race car, like fully caged out and pipes out the hood and all that crazy shit, right? I read that comment, and before he even commented that, because I saw it on my phone, I actually thought about this like months ago. In 2026, I think I'm going to be building a dedicated race car, 1150 index dedicated race car, and it's going to be an all motor setup. This build is going to be the channel style, bottom dollar, budget as hell, all motor 1150 index race car. Let that sink in a little bit. I'm going to be doing everything here myself. I'm going to be building the short block, building the cylinder head, bottom dollar, everything, intake manifold, header, motor mounts. You guys know what the gist is. All motor 1150 index race car. But I will say though, I want to start the process on this car soon. That means I don't care about the chassis just yet. I want to at least collect and start building the engine all beforehand. Like if Pick and Pull has a sale going on and there's an engine that is sitting there that I am going to be using for the race car, I'm going to go cop it. And if I get the motor, that means, you know, the internals and stuff is going to follow. I'm going to tear it down and build the whole entire shebang up before the car. I don't need the car now. I just want to get the process started. And I know you guys might get tired of this. The same car over and over and over and over and over again. I'm going to be building a CRX race car. A lot of reasons to it. One, this is an EF channel. And you guys remember the budget H22 turbo race car that went 10.7? Yeah. I'm going to be building a CRX only because, one, I have a carbon hood sitting up there. Sorry you guys can't see. I have a carbon hood sitting up there. I got 2 of them actually. Carbon hood for CRX. I got a carbon hatch for CRX. I also have a fiberglass Outlaw front bumper, which fits with the OEM fenders. And I got CRX Lexan windows from my old race car sitting back there. I got a Lexan window for the doors. I don't have the one for the hatch, but you know, we can get that no problem. And I want to build a lightened CRX with an all motor setup. I don't know if I want to disclose the motor setup, but you guys probably already guessed that too. Leave a comment down below. But anyways, all motor 1150 index race car 2026, guys. I think I'm set in stone with that for sure. And I'm going to start collecting parts. So here's the twist. I want to know if you guys might be interested in doing a community built race car. Right? If you guys got anything you might want to contribute to the build, you're more than welcome to. Just shoot me a DM first so I don't have people sending me like a bunch of the same stuff, because then I feel bad if I don't use it. And I'm not begging either. I'm not asking you guys if you had something that you can help me out with, but like if you guys want to contribute to this build, you're more than welcome to. And I guess that kind of makes more sense with parts when I disclose the setup that we're going to be going with, right? But again, if you guys know, you guys know. But anyways, budget 1150 index all motor race car 2026. We're gonna make it happen. I'm super stoked about it. For some reason, I've just been like manifesting this in my head, and I want to make it happen. 2026, I'm hoping it to be a great freaking year. And I'm not trying to make it sound like we're doing a 2025 recap video right now, but just a lot of this stuff has been kind of like bubbled up in my head, and I want to share it with you guys. So that is the game plan, man. You know, Vegas in December, Lodi drag strip in November, EJ 1C1 cam turbo build in December. EK full build 2026, 1150 index race car 2026. My built motor should be back here soon. I bought a bunch of stuff that's on the floor I didn't show you guys yet. All that's gonna be in its own video where I got to do some work to it, and then I'm gonna send it out to my builder to finish the entire build, and then we get the built motor back, and then we're gonna work towards finishing up the Fueltech, work towards the built transmission, and then the blue all-wheel drive car is also gonna get some love in next year as well too. But anyways, maybe a little too much information for you guys. I'm gonna leave it right here for y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We're gonna wrap it up. If you guys are excited for all the plans spoken in today's video, man, be sure to leave a thumbs up. And if you guys want to stick around, show your boy some support here on the channel for whatever's coming up next here in the driveway. I think I have an SC300 turbo that's coming in 2 days for some charge pipe work. If you guys want to see that or anything else on the driveway, be sure to hit the subscribe button. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys at the next video. Peace.